Big breaking news. Manchester United has had their 50 million euros bid for Andre Onana rejected by Inter Milan. Well, it is again going on. It's happening again. The back and forth is yet again going on, and United might have to bid again if they are going to land their second signing of the summer. The latest that has just come through from Fabrizio Romano is that Inter have told Manchester United that the 50 million euros bid is not enough to proceed and close Andre Onana's deal. That's the latest. Inter rejected the 45 million pounds plus 5 million pounds add-ons that United did give them or offer them as the first bid, the second bid for Andre Onana, and they are hoping United can go a little higher as the two parties are still trapped in negotiations. It is believed that they are doing everything to ensure that they get this deal done over and done with the soonest, and that is where again Manchester United find themselves now. This is just breaking news that has just come in this morning, just after midnight. We have just got this news come through, and it means now United has got to spend more time trying to convince Inter Milan to sell them Andre Onana. Same situation United had with Mason Mount, because we had to bid several times for us to be able to convince Chelsea to surrender the player who wanted to leave them. Remember, between United and Andre Onana's camp, the terms were long agreed before. The personal terms between Andre Onana and Manchester United were already agreed, but it's the clubs now that are playing the ping pong. Of course, Inter Milan are trying to play the long game, and I told you it's a good game if you're going to negotiate and and win a negotiation. You want to know, if you know what you have, the value of what you have. They know they have got the most expensive, the best goalkeeper rather in the world. And I was saying, for me, even their valuation of him is not so shocking given the transfer market lately. I'm it's a bit sad that we have to go back and forth with this. But I think Manchester United, if United could spend 60 million pounds on Mason Mount, I think they shouldn't be going back and forth on just 50 million euros. On 51 million pounds for Andre Onana. I think he's worth it. If Mount can be worth 60 million pounds, Onana is surely worth 51 million. It's not too much, and I can understand if Inter Milan are holding out. They also know that Manchester United is desperate, and having monitored obviously the situation going on with David De Gea, they certainly know United is desperate for their goalkeeper. So in terms of bargaining, I think for us, we've lost the advantage. United has already lost the advantage, and they've just got to, I think, swallow humble pie and go ahead and meet Inter Milan's valuation of the player, or else we are going to waste more time trying to bargain for a player who is actually worth whatever Inter Milan is asking for. There is no one I've heard who has come out and claimed that Inter Milan are ripping us off the way Chelsea ripped us off when it came to Mason Mount. So I think the right thing for United to do is to proceed, just seal the deal, and we have this over and done with, so that we focus on the striking position, and of course we move to the central midfielder, and then we proceed and have our pre-season, because the players are back. There is not so much time to waste going back and forth bidding for a player eventually you've got to sign. So for me, I think Inter Milan are playing first their game. Of course, as a United fan, I shouldn't be happy about this, but for me, I've been saying it here, I don't think Inter's valuation of Andre Onana is that high. It's too shockingly high. I think he's worth it, and United have just got to go on and pay, because Inter Milan are right not to come way below that. So let's not waste this time. To be honest, I didn't think that we'd go back and forth like we did with Mount when it came to Andre Onana, because the two parties already spoke and discussed. I think there was a sort of mutual respect and understanding between them. So I did not expect that we'd get here, a point where we go back and forth. But if this is where we are, I think United have got to just be humble and know what they are getting, because the 27-year goalkeeper who is a Champions League winner, and by the way, the thing I'm seeing with the United squad next season is it's going to be a squad full of competitors, because we are going to have a Champions League finalist, that is in goal, Andre Onana. You have a centre back, a central defense that has got 2 World Cup winners, Lisandro Martinez, who is also back at Carrington, by the way, together with Rafael Varane. Then you've got a left back who is a Euro finalist in Luke Shaw. You've got Wan Bissaka, not so much to write home about him. Then you go in a midfield that has got a multi-Champions League winner, a Spanish giant, a Real Madrid legend in Casemiro. You get a midfield, if we get Amrabat, you still have a midfield that has got a World Cup semi-finalist. You go forward, you got a Mason Mount who has won a Champions League title. You have a Bruno Fernandes, who I think I need to say nothing about, a proper leader. He's a Euro, champion. I think a Nations League champion. He's a legend. He's a winner. He has got the character of a winner himself. You've got a Marcus Rashford, highest paid player and one of the hottest players in the UK. He's also a Euro finalist, top player. Then you've got, of course, Rasmus Højlund is a promising player. That doesn't matter. But if you look at the gist in all departments of the United squad, the prospective squad of United would be full of players who have won major titles before, players who have played in the biggest games, and I think that's a bit of maturity you want to build. And I see what Erik ten Hag's doing. He's building a certain level of solidity and seriousness and maturity in his team, and I think it's so important. But going back to the Onana side, and that is what will make us competitive, because you have leaders in all departments, and that's what you need. But one of the issues United has been suffering with is having a number of inexperienced players who have not played the biggest games at the biggest level. And you saw clearly when Varane and Casemiro came in, you saw that they were edges ahead of the rest because they had played at a bigger level than most of the players around them. And I think that is what it means to be a World Cup winner, and that is why players like Varane, Casemiro are earning way more than the rest because of their profile, their CVs. It's heavy, and there you can see their character is of leaders, and that's what you want to see in your squad. So for me, I think Onana should be sold as as yesterday. 51 million pounds is not too much. Well, Inter might go down a pound or two or three. Even if they don't, I think it's still money United can spend if they can afford to spend 60 million on Mason Mount. If they can afford to go and push a move away or a move through, Erik ten Hag getting involved. He has to. I think he already was involved anyway because he has worked with Onana before. But I feel he has got to push through to see that this is done before the pre-season tour returns. At least by the time the second batch of players report to duty, I think Onana should also be joining the team already. For me, because the goalkeeping situation is serious. David De Gea is going online and bashing the Man United project as if it's a circus. So it shows you how United has got to move on from David De Gea and stop bidding without bidding, if you know what I mean. They've got to go and proper bid and get the goalkeeper because they know United cannot stand. We can't start next season without a goalkeeper. I think Onana now has become a goalkeeper has become United's most important player in this summer. Before it was a striker, but as it is now, given the fact that David De Gea is out of contract, he's no longer a Man United player. The most important position to sort for United now is the goalkeeping position. And what is 51 million pounds to spend on your most important position? So I think we've got to move fast and just seal that, get it over and done with, and then we know now that we can focus on pre-season. But that's the latest that has come through from Fabrizio Romano, that Andre Onana's bid, the second bid by Manchester United, has been rejected. It was a bid of 45 million euros plus 5 million in add-ons, but Inter are saying no. They do want 60 million euros, but the two parties are still locked in negotiations, and there is hope that sooner rather than later this deal will be confirmed and maybe Onana will come. I still believe strongly that he will come. It's a matter of when, not if, but I feel they should make it happen as soon as possible. Let the talks not drag on so long, because really I think even the fans are getting increasingly frustrated with the whole summer wind of bidding and bidding again and all for players we know we've got to get, and we know we need urgently. So I think something has got to be done fast, and save the fans of this waiting and waiting. We've waited enough for the takeover. We cannot be waiting every day for our mental health. The fans of the club cannot be waiting every day for Andre Onana to be sold, yet we know we must sign Andre Onana. So for me, that's it. That's the update. My name is Webb. It's the hotspot, and here it is. Here we get to burn you with the latest concerning Manchester United, but also get to look at perspectives. Of course, shielding in my comfort, talking about the beloved Manchester United. Thank you for subscribing. My name is Webb. Keep it the hotspot.